I think this is going to be a pretty sweet build, a light build, nothing crazy, but this bike already has intake and exhaust, stage 1 Screaming Eagle, and then the Vance & Hines long shots. But besides that, it's pretty much stock, heritage, softail. There's a couple things we're gonna do to make her look a little better. We'll see if you guys pick up on every single one. It's definitely gonna look way cooler when we're done. Especially for what the old guy wants. The guy just wants a light bike to throw over. He can drive around instead of always driving his bagger with all the extra weight. And he used to have an old Heritage, so he wanted another one. Like I said, it's gonna be nothing crazy, but you can make these look pretty cool, pretty easy. So we'll see you guys here in probably a week, see what it looks like. Well, I was gonna take a video of this when it was all done, but if anybody knows, you know. I just had such an exciting time for about the past 45 minutes. Yeah, so we put these on hand tight and like a quarter to half turn. Just so everybody knows, to keep all the other mechanics sane. Look at that thing. Yeah. All right. Today I wanted to make a quick video to show people how to put headlight and these side lights in for bikes like Heritage Softails, like what this one is, or Softails in general. And a lot of like Dana's have just these bikes, but Road Kings and everything, it's going to be the same type of setup. And the connectors behind these lights, you can see I have the one done, are these female spade bits, and take these male spade bits. Say you run out of these spades, they literally have these usually in the same kit to be able to use them in these female spade bits. So then you don't have to run to the store and not get your job done just to get a spade that's doing the same thing. Use these round ones, if the camera can see that. So I'll show you, like on this light that I'm going to show how to put in right now, has those round ones on it already because I ran out of spades. Not a huge deal, it's going to do the same thing. But now we'll take this light out, just show you exactly how to do this the easiest way. You can see I have electrical tape right here. On these type of bikes, the fittings on the back of these glass lights are open. When you go to put these new lights on, like these Daymakers or whatever, you can get cheap ones off eBay. They have obviously a cord coming out of them, opposed to what I'll show you what these ones look like. So just work your outer ring off the back of the light. And the reason why I'm replacing these is they were cracked, or are cracked, I should say. So you'll see try not to get glass everywhere. We'll get to this in a second. But you'll see it is just going to a ground, but obviously there's power going through it to light the light. So you just take these female spades off. Set those aside. Work. This is hard because this one's cracked, but it'll usually be easier for you guys. Work this light out, because a lot of times it's stuck to the rubber and you want the rubber to stay in there for, your next light you're gonna put in. But just work it out. Glass is gonna go everywhere on this one. There you can see that rubber kind of sits in that groove of the light. Get it so it's equal, it's right here. And then most of the time, on these lights that you buy, so this normally comes off with the light, but this metal ring, you get rid of with the old glass light. You don't use that to put these ones in. So from the back side, we'll put the light in. Obviously make sure the right side up so you don't look dumb going to a bike show or whatever, a ride, and you have your lights in upside down. Then get it so it's centered and the rubber ring is around the light. It's easier just to work it into that rubber ring first. Look at it, I just line this up on these Daymakers, obviously. There's 3. Line it dead center with that center one, and then when you tighten it, it should still pinch together to be in the center. But with that metal ring off, you'll take your connectors. I put this one to the black. Because it's just connected to the housing of the light. Like a ground, and then I take the one that's bringing in the power to the light to the red on these. See how good them round ones work? It even snips right into these, you can hear it. Get your wires in there. Get this ring, the back side of it, over the lip, which you'll see once you take it off. Get it somewhat straight. Pops pretty much right on. Now if that metal ring in there would not pop on, there's not enough room. Some people say to keep it on. You can go ahead and try it, it's not gonna work. But, if we have that on, just like every bolt and nut on a Harley, or whatever you're driving, you wanna put Loctite on it, just so you don't have to worry about it later. If you got them in right and you know they work, just Loctite it. I mean, it's blue Loctite, so you're gonna be able to get it up anyway. It's not that big a deal. So we'll get it started, and then you can realign to make sure you like how straight it is. Wait. Rushing myself here. Prime example. If you forget to do something, don't skip it. It shouldn't matter, but I like doing it. I always put a piece of black tape on this side because there is power going through it, like I was saying before. So, just wrap that. Just in case it touches anything in there. Not a big deal. Alright. Back in. Snip it on. Pretty center, I'd say. That Loctite, but a tad more for good measures. It's cheap-ish. Not really anymore. This video is probably longer than it should have been. But you're gonna get the exact know-how in the right way to do it. These bolts do have a little nylon lock on them, but I still use thread locker. I don't think I can get much straighter than that. Make sure it's still sitting where you want it to be. And usually you can hold these, but of course not when I'm doing a video. Now it'll pretty much tell you when it's tight. You don't have to go overboard with these things. That's plenty tight. Just make sure it doesn't spin. Your gaps are about the same. This one could go a tad just to get that gap looking close. Move it around while you're tightening and see if it makes it a little better. But that's how you get the side ones in. Maybe, depending on how long this video is, I'll show you guys how to do the center one. Alright, now we're going to move on to doing the big headlight. Hopefully we can get it done quick just for the video. But since this is for a customer, obviously I don't want to rush it. But on this Heritage, I mean, if you're this far in the video, you probably heard the rest of what I said. On this Heritage, this is the 7-inch headlight. And on most of your bigger twin cams, it's going to have this headlight. Road Kings especially, obviously, because the front looks exactly like this Softail does. Nice, a lot of bugs in there. But you'll take that ring off, lay it on something soft so you don't scratch it. Take the rest of the screws out of the headlight. Now if you can, fit your hand in there. And just wiggle that connector, because it's a 3-prong, because you need a ground and your high beams and low beams, obviously. So that's what the back side looks like, and that's how it pulled off. Mine has the white on the left, black on the right, yellow in the center. Take, I think you'll use this. We'll try it on this version though. We'll take this ring off. Plug this into our connector. Now we can go like this. Low beam, high beam. So I think it should go in like this, but that is completely up to you. Connection is secure. Now get your screws back. Test them all. Make sure it's not going anywhere. Look at that. Get this one started. Looks about dead center right now. So I'm gonna tighten it down. And there you have it. Well, here it is. Check that thing out. Looking way better than before. She's all cleaned up. Pretty much slammed. We put it up a tad higher for him to sit on it. So yeah. Just did a couple things. Looking good. There's the finished product. What a Heritage can look like without all the crap on it.